Hey folks, in the next 5 minutes I'm going to show you why ChatGPT is a bit rubbish at generating test cases. And more importantly, I'm going to show you what you can do to improve it and how you can use ChatGPT to make your work generating test cases that little bit more easy. My name's John Ferguson Smart, and I help testers become awesome test automation engineers so that they can have more job security and job satisfaction, make a real difference in their teams and their organizations, and stay ahead of the curve. And today, nothing says stay ahead of the curve more than AI, am I right? I mean, a lot of you will have played with tools like ChatGPT and so forth. There are quite a lot of them out there now. And you'll have seen demos about how it can generate automated test code and lots of fabulous stuff like that. And while the demos can be impressive, the real question is, how much time can generative AI save you in your daily work every day? And the answer, of course, is it depends. It depends how you use it. It depends what tools you use. It depends whether you use the tools correctly or not. If you use the tools right, if you use the right tool, it can save you a ton of time. But if you use it poorly, well, it'll just at best waste some of your time and you go back to your manual approach, or at worst, and it can actually misguide you and lead you into making mistakes. So in this video, I want to show you one super simple trick to make tools like ChatGPT give you better results. You see, in ChatGPT, like with many things, context is king. I want to walk you through a more realistic example, just so we can see how this works. Suppose you have a user story like the one on the screen. As a bank, we want to conduct a credit score check on customers applying for a loan in order to limit financial and reputational risk. So, can ChatGPT help us generate test cases for a user story like this? Can it help us save time writing them up, maybe give some ideas of things we need to test? Let's find out. So here on the screen, you can see I'm asking ChatGPT the way most people would use it. They just blurt out the question, create some test cases for this user story. And here's what we get. I mean, the exact output will vary from each time you use it. See, if you try this at home, you might get a different answer. But first of all, what I can see is it's kind of missed the point. It doesn't understand how credit risk scores are checked in a bank. It doesn't understand the basic architecture. It's not a value you enter in a form. It's an API you call on an external service. If I ask that question with anyone in the domain, they would know that. It would be really stating the obvious. But ChatGPT doesn't, because it's a generalized tool, and that's fine. But what it means is that all of these answers are pretty much, I can't use these. There's a couple of interesting ideas here and there, saving the credit score for future use, yep, sure. But yeah, no, I can't really use these. So what should we do? Well, like I said, context is king. And in ChatGPT, there's a thing called structured prompts. It's basically a way of giving ChatGPT some more background information about what exactly you're expecting. And the more context and background you can give, the better the responses will be. Here's an example. I want you to act as an agile testing expert with knowledge in the financial and regulatory compliance sectors. Create test cases for the following user story. Include both positive and negative examples. Include functional and non-functional requirements. And here's my favorite bit, organize the test cases using the rules example structure of an example mapping session. Now, I do a few things here which are quite interesting. I'm using what's called the actor prompt approach, which is fairly common. You basically tell ChatGPT to play a role so it can draw in some domain knowledge in that role and give you a more precise answer. I also give some precisions about the type of test cases I want. And as I mentioned, my favorite, I'm asking it to generate an example mapping format. Example mapping has the idea of rules, and under the rules we have examples and counterexamples of each rule, because I find this makes it really easy and to follow and understand the test cases. And you'll also notice for the story itself, I've added bullet point acceptance criteria to give some context. And I've also explained where we get, how the credit scores work, where we get them from. So let's see what it generates this time. Now notice here it's coming up with a bunch of quite precise examples that are directly derived from the rules I gave it. These I can work with. It's got negative and positive cases, really concrete data. It's also got some example of non-functional rules that it came up with. I didn't give it any non-functional rules. It's invented them. And this is good stuff. This is information I could take to a 3 Amigos or maybe use as a basis for my manual test cases or automated test cases. So here we're making progress. So there's the trick. The more context you give ChatGPT, the better the response. Of course, the tricky thing is that you do actually need to remember to enter all this detail each time. ChatGPT won't remember it if you go into another session. It's a generalist tool. There are AI tools emerging that are more specialized and that aim to guide you through this process step by step along the way so that you can produce higher quality results off the bat. They're really, really cool. I'll keep an eye on this channel. I will be talking about them in future videos, so keep an eye out for that, definitely. And one final word of warning, whenever you're using any public AI tool like ChatGPT, never put sensitive business data out there. It's the internet. You don't know what's going to happen. You have no guarantee of what ChatGPT would do with your data, and you may actually be violating your corporate rules. Most large organizations have rules about sharing data. So enjoy AI, have fun, but be cautious. Now, if you liked this video, if you found it useful, make sure you click on the like button below. And if you found the content beneficial for you, click on the subscribe. I post videos very often on this sort of topic. I'm posting more and more AI content. So click on subscribe and you'll get notified whenever I drop some new content. Okay, folks, thanks for listening, and until next time.